let's talk about the sentence that is a complete sentence. It's no. No is a complete sentence. And what I mean by that is it's okay to say no to opportunities and gigs that come up. I recently was on a meeting with somebody stepping into the speaking space, and someone was talking about how they turned down a couple of opportunities recently. And this other person made a comment that said, I would love to get to the point where I can just turn down gigs. And I know it wasn't met with anything malicious or anything, but I think there's a misconception that we say yes to everything and we only say no when there's a conflict or we just simply can't make it work. Untrue. Very early on, I think, so when should you say no? Let's just say, when should you say no? Well, first of all, if it doesn't feel good to you. The reality is if it doesn't feel like it's going to be fun or engaging, or if you don't have a good feeling, then it's just a no. If you're not excited about it, the audience is going to know it. So will the decision maker and the event planners. That's going to affect your work. So there have been multiple times I've jumped on discovery calls with people and I knew almost instantly that this was not a good fit. It doesn't mean that they're bad people or it's a bad event. That's absolutely not what that means. It just means that for them and for me, this was not going to work. And there's all kinds of variables. It could be a travel variable. It could be a timing issue. It could be a personality thing. It could be that they're wanting something that you don't really do. Oh, Lord. Knocking the green juice over. Or it could be something that they're asking for and they're asking you to change your message a little bit. But that's not what we do either, right? That's not what we do. And so there's a lot of different variables that could be a reason you say no. But no is a complete sentence. And most recently, I actually said no because of a travel thing. It was just causing me way too much anxiety. That's what the issue was the travel portion. They wanted me to fly to the state that the event was in. Then I had to take a smaller plane to like a remote area. And then from that remote area, I had to take a smaller plane, like a 2-person plane. And then I had to take a boat because it's on an island. And I was just like, nope. Like, it's just, nope, that is not me. I am not doing that. I mean, I didn't say that to them, but in my head, I'm like, nope, this is not for me. Not doing it. I will recommend another speaker. But just hearing it was causing me so much anxiety that I was like, I know the day that I get there, it's going to be amplified and just be worse. That's my story. And so for some people might hear that and be like, oh, well, I would just suck it up or I would do it anyway. It's like, that's fine. There are certain things that you'll say no to that maybe I would say yes to and vice versa. But like at the end of the day, if it's going to affect my ability to do my job, like that way, I mean, there are definitely, the show must go on, right? Y'all know, I've told you before, I've been on stage with the full-blown flu before. The show must go on. Like there are certain things that are just out of our control, but that was in my control to say yes or no to this event. So really you have to ask yourself, like, am I excited about this or no? Is it a yes or no? And then also just the energy between the decision makers and me. Like, I'm going to show up to a discovery call being my authentic self because I want them to know exactly what they're getting from Brittany Richmond, right? That's one of the best things about this industry, friends, is we can be 100% ourselves. And sometimes we're not for everybody, and that's good. That's okay. And there have been times when I've been on discovery calls and I was just too much for them, and that's okay. Then I wasn't a fit for them, right? And that's totally fine. And it's not, I think sometimes when we're beginning, we think we have to say yes to everything to get our reps in, and to do the work, we gotta get our reps in. But you don't have to say yes to everything. If it doesn't feel good, if something about this feels off, or you feel disconnected, you do not have to say yes. You do not have to say yes. And that's okay. Because remember, you're a specialist, not a generalist. And we don't say yes to everything, and that's okay. So this is a really short Sunday short, but that was on my heart because that comment that was made in that meeting about, we want to get to the point where we can just turn down gigs. Everybody has boundaries. Everybody has limits to what they want to do or say or places they want to travel. Even I've had people turn down gigs because I know people have turned down gigs because they're like, I don't want to leave the state. I just don't want to leave the state. And that's some people would be like, well, I'd be happy to leave, so it just, everybody's different, and that's okay. You just have to know, just trust your intuition also. Like, is this going to be a great opportunity for you to serve this audience and, you know, help them with your message? But also at the end of the day, it's like you have to feel good about it too. If you're not excited to do it, then maybe it's not the right fit, and that's okay. So that's just something to think about. Yeah, thank you guys so much for attending these Sunday shorts. I enjoy doing them. I always use like things that are popping up in my personal experience at the time. So you never know what you're going to get when you jump on here. So I appreciate you guys. Let me know how I can support you. Go be great. Thank you for tuning in for another Sunday short outdoors.